All right.
Oh, here's all my, yes, well, you have to be in the video. So here's my 3 people. It's how I get my grade.
Just, like, say hi.
It took a very long time to get 3 people together. This is why this is my bunch right now.
Okay.
All right. My name is Taylor Barrett. I'm 22 years old, and I save lives for a living. Take a moment and think about what you do for a living. Will you make enough money to support the life that you want to live? Will your job provide you with the benefits to make your life easier? How will your future look 10 years down the line? I have worked for Memorial Hermann Southeast Emergency Room for over a year now, and I absolutely love it. I'm going to tell you now, I'm going to persuade you to fall in love with it too. Today I arrived to work, coffee in hand, actually excited to see what the ER had in store for me. I opened the door to our lounge that was filled with laughter. There were talks of 2-year-olds finally using the potty for the first time, to dates going terribly wrong. Everyone was talking and laughing at 6:30 a.m. If that doesn't tell you that we love our job, I don't know what does. After we got our assignments and we went to triage, where I was assigned, since no one was in the lobby, I started writing this speech. I had planned on telling you about the pay and the benefits and everything about the job that looks good on paper. But then a page overhead said, "Code blue in the lobby." As I grabbed my crash cart and ran down the hallway, I was met by a doctor, 2 nurses, and a respiratory tech at a full-out sprint to the lobby where the patient was. As we got to the patient, the doctor stood at the head of the patient and started asking the family members with the patient questions and started giving out orders. I immediately grabbed the IV kit out of the crash cart and started an IV in his right arm. The other nurse started CPR while one nurse stood in the back giving orders, and the respiratory therapist grabbed the bag and started bagging the patient. We were a well-oiled machine. It was like magic happening, all together working seamlessly. After about 3 minutes of working the patient, we had a pulse check where I put my fingers on his chin and yelled out, "I have a pulse." The doctor and nurse quickly went, grabbed other pulse points, and confirmed that there was pulses. We threw this patient on a stretcher and got them to the trauma room. I'm going to tell you all about the paper details of this job, but when I strip it all down in my mind and ask myself, why this job over all others? It comes down to this moment. It comes down to starting a man's heart with people that I consider family. Using everything I have to save a life in between my morning coffee and afternoon snack. That's what I do for a living. That's why I choose to be an emergency room nurse. I am sure you're all thinking, "That's great, Taylor. I'm so happy for that man, but show me the money." How much money am I going to have to put in for schooling and everything else, and how much am I going to get out? Well, according to Alvin College, the 2-year degree program costs approximately $6,260 if you live in district. This includes the uniform, tuition fees, book, supplies for the nursing courses, graduation costs, and licensure application and NCLEX exam. Though that may seem like a large number, compared to other degrees, it is a pretty fair number. Once you graduate, the money spent in school is quickly made back. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, the lowest range paid for an emergency room nurse is $26.77. $26.77 being the lowest paid still gets you a house, a car, family provided for, and probably at least one vacation a year. The most paid is $57 an hour and 97 cents. This is for a nurse. That's it. No upgrades, no higher ranking, just an RN. Those numbers are based on a full-time nurse working 3 days a week with 12-hour shifts, with no overtime or holiday time added in. Now, for PRN nurses, which is part-time nurses, they also make $6 more an hour on average, just to work less shifts a week. An ER travel nurse also has the option where they pay for your place of living. So take that completely out of your bills, and you're still making $57 an hour. With that money and that many options to gain more money, how could you go wrong, right? Well, let's say you do. Let's say you go wrong and you need help. In the words of Miss Sandra Covington, "Oh, don't worry, honey, we got a plan for that too." Memorial Hermann Hospital Network provides their emergency nurses with medical, dental, vision, auto, illness, accidents, legal, and retirement plans, along with various counseling programs and adoption assistance. Employee Discount Spot provides nurses with discounts on gym memberships, theme parks, clothes, food, and so much more. There is actually a gym in the hospital for employees that are open 7 days a week. Above all of the amazing benefits listed above, my personal favorite is tuition reimbursement. After only working there for a year, I have now received $700.82 for school. Now, I'm sure you're all thinking, well, that's nice, but what's my life going to look like 10 years down the line? What's my life going to look like when I'm 30 being an emergency room nurse? Am I going to be laid off? Will I be able to move with my family if I need to? What if I want to grow in my career? What will my life be like at 30? Well, in the words of Lawrence Shackton, author of 150 Best Recession-Proof Jobs, registered nursing is gold right now. For one thing, the industry is stable. People get sick no matter what the economy looks like. And this job won't ever be able to be outsourced. So the odds of you being laid off are very low. And as far as moving is concerned, it's one of the best jobs because there are hospitals everywhere. Also, with the baby boomers getting older, most hospitals are dramatically increasing staff. Now, as you grow as a nurse, you don't have to go back to college, which I'm sure is a great thing to think about for everyone in here. To move up in rank and pay, the ranks are from RN1 to RN4, which is all based on your experience and time given. Each upgrade makes more an hour and also has an opportunity to move into more administrative roles, such as charge nurse, manager, and supervisor, which is less physical. If your goal is to have a family and work, you have options as an ER nurse. To having to only commit to 1 day a week while being paid more. Or you can work full-time, giving you 4 days off with your kids and family. Also, being an emergency room nurse will keep you fit. You have to have a certain level of physical fitness to properly care for your patients. So now that you can see the money, the benefits, the future as an emergency room nurse, I'm going back to the heart of it. When you wake up in the morning and you put on your scrubs, you basically feel like you're putting on your superhero disguise. You feel an overwhelming sense of pride walking into the hospital, coffee cup in hand, preparing to make a difference in the world today. When you tell someone you're an ER nurse, they thank you for what you're doing because they know how much it matters. We need people like you to be extraordinary. We need people like you to step up and do what the rest of the people couldn't. We need you to step up and care for people in their time of need. We need the best to join our emergency provider family. Think about the job, think about the benefits, think about the pay, plan your 10 years down, and then choose to save lives. Thank you.
Yay! Oh, goodness. I'm done.